Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been following the Browns this season, you know it's been a roller coaster. A season filled with ups and downs that leave fans like us biting our nails, wondering what's next. And honestly, right now, the mood is a little tense. The Browns just wrapped up a game at Gillette Stadium, and unfortunately, the result wasn't what we were hoping for. They fell 32-13 to the New England Patriots, and that has left Cleveland at a disappointing 2-6 record midway through the NFL season. It's a tough spot, no doubt about it, but what's more concerning isn't just the loss itself. It's the way the team performed on the field and what that means for the rest of the year. Looking at the game itself, Cleveland's offense once again struggled to find consistency. It's almost becoming a familiar story this season. Rookie quarterback Dillon Gabriel, who's been given the keys to the offense, completed 21 of 35 passes for just 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Now, those numbers might seem okay at first glance, but when you watch the game, it's clear that the offense lacked the punch needed to keep up with a Patriots defense that, let's be honest, isn't among the league's elite. Gabriel's inability to stretch the field or sustain drives has been a recurring issue, and it's starting to raise serious questions about whether the Browns can rely on him moving forward. And if you're a Browns fan, you definitely know about the star receiver Jerry Jeudy, right? Last season, he was a true weapon, racking up over 200 yards receiving, becoming a key piece of the offense. But in this game, something shocking happened. Jeudy was held completely catchless, targeted only twice the entire game. That's almost unbelievable for someone of his caliber. And it wasn't just a bad day or a couple of unlucky drops. It's been a pattern, and it's raising eyebrows all over Cleveland. Coach Kevin Stefanski, speaking on 92.3, the fan just after the game, expressed his frustration openly. He said, "I'm frustrated with that loss. I'm frustrated that we don't get the ball to Jerry, our best wide receiver, earlier in that game and throughout that game." That kind of honesty from Stefanski shows how much they're aware of the issue and how much they need to fix it. What's even more worrying is the overall production from Jeudy this season. Through 8 games, he's caught just 22 passes on 54 targets for 257 yards and 0 touchdowns. If that pace continues, he'll finish with roughly 47 receptions on 115 targets for about 546 yards and still no touchdowns. That's a far cry from his previous seasons, especially last year, where he was a Pro Bowler with 90 receptions, 229 yards, and 4 touchdowns. It's clear that something isn't clicking, and the lack of involvement in the offense is hurting the Browns' chances to succeed. And that's a big problem because the offense as a whole is stagnating. Cleveland currently ranks third last in the NFL in passing yards per game, averaging just 174. 1 yards and scoring only 15, 8 points per game. Those numbers are alarmingly low for a team that has aspirations of contending. Inability to get Jeudy involved not only limits the offense's potential, but also puts more pressure on the running game and the defense to carry the load, something that's not sustainable week after week. Now, let's talk about the quarterback situation because honestly, that's where a lot of the focus is right now. Gabriel has had 6 appearances this season, and his stats aren't bad. Just under 60% completion rate for 702 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. But it's not just about the numbers. It's about the execution, the timing, the connection with the receivers, especially Jeudy. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, there's rookie Shedeur Sanders, a 5th-round pick, waiting for his chance to step in and prove he can lead this offense. The tension around this quarterback battle is palpable, especially with the NFL trade deadline looming on November 4, just before the Browns' next game. The front office and coaching staff are in a tricky spot. Do they stick with Gabriel, who's shown flashes but also inconsistency? Or do they give Sanders a shot, especially considering his potential? And if not him, will they go looking for another quarterback before the deadline? These are questions that will define the direction of the Browns in the coming weeks. Because as much as Cleveland's defense has been a bright spot, playing hard, fighting every down, the reality is a dominant defense can only do so much. Unless the offense starts sustaining drives, protecting the ball better, and involving their best playmakers early, the team's playoff hopes will slip further away. And let's not forget, the AFC North is fiercely competitive this year. The Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers are all fighting for supremacy, and a team with a struggling offense like Cleveland's can't afford to fall behind. Every game becomes even more critical as the season progresses. The Browns have shown flashes of brilliance, especially on defense, but consistency on offense is what's missing. They need to find a way to get Jeudy involved more to push the ball downfield to create scoring opportunities instead of settling for field goals. That's the kind of formula that can turn this season around. Because at the end of the day, talent isn't the problem. The problem is execution, strategy, and a bit of luck. The coaching staff has a lot to think about during this bye week in Week 9. They need to evaluate whether Gabriel is the answer under center or if the team needs to make a bold move before the deadline. And fans, we all know how quickly things can change in the NFL. One game, one big play, one spark can ignite a turnaround. Cleveland's defense has been resilient, but offense wins championships, as they say, and right now, Cleveland's offense needs to find its rhythm, fast. This season is shaping up to be one of those that tests the resilience and patience of Browns fans. But history shows us that Cleveland can bounce back from tough starts. The team's identity has always been about grit, resilience, and fighting until the last whistle. So even in these tough times, we hold on to hope that improvements are just around the corner. The trade deadline could be the catalyst for change, or maybe the coaching staff will make adjustments to get more out of Gabriel and Jeudy. Either way, the next few weeks are crucial because the AFC North is unforgiving, and every game counts. Now, fans, I want to know your thoughts. Do you think Cleveland should stick with Gabriel, or is it time for Sanders to step up and take the reins? Are you concerned about Jeudy's lack of involvement? Or do you believe there's still time for him to turn things around? How do you see the team's chances for the rest of the season? Drop your comments below because your opinions matter so much to us and to the future of this team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and of course more Browns news, so stay tuned. The season's not over yet, and with a little luck, a lot of effort, and maybe some strategic moves, Cleveland can still make some noise in the AFC North and beyond. This is a pivotal moment for the Browns, no doubt about it. The decisions made now, the adjustments on offense, the management of the quarterback position, and the ability to involve their star receivers like Jeudy will determine whether this team can turn the page or if they'll face more disappointment down the road. But one thing is for sure. Browns fans are passionate, resilient, and ready to support their team no matter what. So keep the faith, stay loud, and let's see how this story unfolds in the weeks ahead. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay passionate about Cleveland Browns football.